Yo, 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 what is up,
Hello, hello,
everybody?
hello. Welcome back.
To another episode of our deep dive where we are going over the wizard today.
Wizard, which I am a little bit familiar with because I am converting Bizla to the Daggerheart system, and I did choose Wizard for her. So I am a little familiar with this one.
Yeah.
So it'd be exciting to see us go through it.
For those that don't know us, I'm J-Mart, the Sassy Cat. We are married content creators where we stream mostly TTRPGs and Daggerheart related content. If you do enjoy the content, it means a lot. It's completely free. If you can just shoot us that sub, like, comment, all that stuff, it means a lot as we're trying to hit the 100 sub mark before the end of August. Also, come check out our actual play campaigns where we do Skyroot Saga, which is our high fantasy Daggerheart campaign.
Sky Pirates.
And then we also are converting our D&D 5e most likely to Daggerheart as well. So come check those out both Monday and Tuesdays.
Yep.
But
Double night feature.
You're here for the wizard.
The wizard.
So let's get into that.
Let's go. Yep. Let's
so
get
whether through an institution or an individual study, those known as wizards acquire and hone immense magical power over the years of learning using a variety of tools, including books, stones, potions, and herbs. Some wizards dedicate their lives to mastering a particular school of magic, while others learn from a wide variety of disciplines. Many wizards become wise and powerful figures in their community, advising rulers, providing medicine and healing, and even leading war councils. While the mages all work towards the common goal of collecting magical knowledge, wizards often have the most conflict with their own ranks, as the acquisition, keeping, and sharing of power secrets is a topic of intense debate and resulted in innumerable deaths.
Wow, sounds so daunting.
It sounds a lot more like The Witcher.
Yeah, yes.
The way their mages and stuff work.
Yes, that is. Oh god, love that series. The domains that they have is Codex and Splendor, in which the Codex domain is the domain of intensive magical study. Those who seek magical knowledge turn to the equations of power recorded in books, written on scrolls, etched into walls, or tattooed on bodies. Codex offers a commanding and versatile understanding of magic to devotees who pursue knowledge beyond the boundaries of common wisdom. Who shares Codex with?
Codex is Bard.
Bard. Okay, that makes sense. And then we have Splendor is the domain of life. Through this magic, followers gain the ability to heal and, to an extent, control death. Splendor offers its disciples the magnificent ability to both give and end life.
Which is shared with Seraph.
Okay.
Which I really like their schools in this because I like the idea of wizards being kind of like a know-it-all magic where they would have access to some abilities of healing and stuff where it's not just all divine. I kind of like that. So their starting evasion is 11 and their starting hit points is 5. And their hope feature is spend 3 hope to force an adversary within far range to reroll an attack or damage roll, which is
could be huge because it's far range. That's such a huge range, and you could possibly, if you have the hope, completely save an ally.
Yeah, our wizard in our boss fight got crit by that would have did 1d20 damage, so it would have been 20 plus 1d20, and he used this feature and
was able to negate most of the damage, I think.
Actually, all of it, because then I rolled a 6 and missed him.
That's right. That was such an epic moment. You're going to do it, aren't you? You're going to make me say it.
You want me to do it?
Yes.
Class feature, Prestidigitation.
That word, I'm telling you guys, is a curse for me.
Prestidigitation. You can perform harmless, subtle magic effects at will. For example, you can change the object's color, create a smell, light a candle, or cause a tiny object to float, illuminate a room, or repair a small object. You also get access to strange patterns. which choose a number between 1 and 12, and when you roll a number on your duality dice, gain a hope or clear a stress. You can change this number when you take a long rest.
Man, if you get that lucky number during that session, you could really build up some hope.
Yeah.
So we do have 2 subclasses. We have the School of Knowledge and the School of War. So the School of Knowledge is if you want a keen understanding of the world around you. And the School of War is play it if you want to utilize trained magic for violence.
Violence!
So let's go look into the School of Knowledge. Spellcast trait is Knowledge. Your foundation feature, you can be prepared. So you take an additional domain card of your level or lower from a domain you have access to, which is pretty cool because right at level 1, you can start off with 3 domain cards.
Right.
And then Adept. When you utilize an experience, you can mark a stress instead of spending a hope. If you do, double your experience modifier for that roll. That is huge.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's almost like your eureka moment.
Yep, exactly.
Specialization, if you choose to go deeper into this class, you can become accomplished and take an additional domain card of your level or lower from a domain that you have access to. And perfect recall. Once per rest, you can recall a domain card in your vault and reduce its recall cost by 1. So it gives you a lot more option to be swapping out the cards because you're going to have a lot more cards.
Oh, yeah, when you get to the further levels, and you're going to have that vault where you have to constantly be swapping out. So I just feel like it's kind of cool that Knowledge Wizards just kind of constantly rotating knowledge.
Yeah.
And if you really go far into it, you can do a mastery feature where you can become brilliant. You take an additional domain card of your level lower from a domain you have access to. So you're even making more into that knowledge vault. And owned expertise. When you use an experience, roll a d6. On a result of 5 or higher, you can use it without spending a hope. That's really neat. And then you could just decide just to mark that stress and double your experience roll.
Right.
So my question is, so do you have to choose beforehand or is it after the roll for the...
Has been using experience.
Instead of spending a hope. So you wouldn't know what the roll is. I was like, what if you failed the roll on that one? He's like, oh, I'm just going to mark the stress. But no, it looks like you have to choose which one you're using.
Yeah. Yeah, because you would have already kind of rolled it, I think. Yeah. Yeah, because you would have already did the roll and stuff, and then you would do it.
Yeah.
So
what?
Maybe then you could just choose. I would probably allow you to choose to do it afterwards.
No, because if you read it on Adept, you can mark a stress instead of spending a hope. So you have to spend that hope first to use your experience.
But that takes away a whole feature. I'd probably allow it. I would personally probably allow the player to choose to, or as a DM to choose which one after.
That's right, because then it's like...
You're taking away a whole feature.
The possibility of that 5 and 6.
Yeah.
That rolling.
Yeah, so I'd probably allow it afterwards. So after you roll that, you can either, okay, you got it for free, or, okay, now you can choose to spend the hope or the stress.
That makes sense. You're such a nice DM.
A swell guy. School of War. Spellcast trait knowledge. Foundation feature is Battle Mage. You focus your studies on becoming an unconquerable force on the battlefield and gain an additional hit point slot.
Ooh, nice.
Face your fear. When you succeed with fear on attack roll, you deal an extra 1d10 damage.
Oh, that's what
King is,
right? Yeah. Okay, because he's always... When he rolls fear, at least I get something for rolling fear.
Right.
The specialization features, you can conjure a shield. You can maintain a protective barrier of magic. While you have at least 2 hope, you add your proficiency to your evasion.
That's kind of cool.
That is cool. Or you can be fueled by fear. The extra magic damage from your face your fear feature increases to a 2d10. Well, this is your let me throw lots of damage type wizard. Well, I guess it said to create magic for violence.
And then if you choose to go all the way into the subclass, you get Thrives in Chaos. When you succeed on an attack, you can mark a stress after rolling damage to force the target to make an additional hit point. Sorry, I kind of read that weird. You can mark a stress after rolling damage to force the target to
mark an additional hit point.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'm just sounds stupid. So basically what it's saying is if you get them to roll damage, you can mark a stress to force them to take an additional hit point.
Which, once again, is pretty huge. Yeah. I mean, it's not like we have 100 hit points, right. And even the adversaries don't have that kind of hit points. So
then have no fear. You now get 3d10 on your face your fear.
What? Oh, you definitely want to build. I feel like if I was playing this battle or School of War battle mage type thing, I would definitely want to be putting my level ups into my specialization features. So I would want to reach that 3d10 of facing your fear. That would be really cool. It'd be cool to kind of just play like this chaotic wizard, like maybe not all there in the head, likes violence.
Yeah, just thrives off of violence and spellcasting.
Just a little crazy. Lost some of their marbles.
So, what are we building?
Well, I wouldn't mind building the School of War because I've already built the School of Knowledge because Fizzla's School of Knowledge.
Fair. And their suggested traits are as follows: +2 to knowledge, +1 to instinct and presence, 0 to finesse and strength, and -1 to agility. Their starting weapon recommendation is great staff, and armor is leather armor.
Domain, right?
Yes.
Go to domain. So, we've seen this one before, Bolt Beacon from the Splendor. You make a spellcast roll against a target within far range. On a success, spend a hope to send a bolt of shimmering light toward them, dealing D8 +2 magic damage using your proficiency. The target becomes temporarily vulnerable and glows brightly until this condition is cleared. I think Bolt Beacon is so powerful.
I think it's so powerful.
Because if you hit and you make them vulnerable, not only are you doing damage, you are helping the rest of your team be able to have an advantage against this adversary, or forcing the DM to use fear to get rid of that vulnerability.
Yeah. I think Bolt Beacon is extraordinarily strong.
Of course, if I was playing a wizard, I would flavor it differently than being light, because
it wouldn't be divine.
More paladin towards me or divine,
I mean, you could still even make it light, just not divine, right?
Now, you have the Book of Ava, which you have Power Push. So you make a spellcast roll against a target within melee range. On a success, they're knocked back to far range and take D10 +2 magic damage using your proficiency. Wow, that's so good too, Power Push. These books are so good because you get so many options. But what I did realize when I was making a wizard, a lot of your resources are hope. And if you don't have any hope, man, it would be rough like that. So Tava's armor. You spend a hope to give a target you can touch a +1 bonus to their armor score until their next rest, or you can cast Tava's armor again. You have Ice Spike. You make a spellcast roll, 12, to summon a large ice spike within far range. If you use it as a weapon, make the spellcast roll against the target's difficulty instead. On a success, deal D6 physical damage using your proficiency.
Which I think Ice Spike's so good just because it has so many roleplay elements to it, too.
Roleplay elements, yeah. Well, we've seen it in our campaign. Saved Bruna's life. We tried to get through that vortex was trying to suck her, and I was grabbing on Ice Spikes trying to get out.
And they have Book of Iliad, where they get Slumber. Make a spellcast roll against a target within very close range. On a success, they fall asleep until they take damage or the GM spends a fear to clear their condition. Arcane Barrage, and once per rest, spend any number of hope. You can shoot magical projectiles that strike a target of your choice within close range. Roll a number of d6 equal to your hope spent and deal that much damage to the target. And spend a hope through telepathy to open a line of mental communication with one target you can see. The connection lasts until your next rest, or you can cast it again. I really like this book.
The Book of Iliad. I
Yeah.
did pick that for Fizzla because to convert Fizzla to still have like that feeling like of that alchemist type feel, I wanted to be able to have that arcane barrage is like her chucking potions, you know. So,
Right.
And then I don't know. I think slumber is huge too. Once again, if you can spend like get your DM to spend fear, so they're not using their specialized abilities that can hit everybody or anything like that. I mean, that can be really big. We have book of is that Tafar or
Typhar? I don't know.
Typhar.
Tomato, tomato.
Right. So this one you have Wild Flame, which you make a spellcast roll against up to 3 adversaries within melee range. Targets you succeed against takes 2d6 magic damage and must mark a stress as flames erupt from your hand. I think we've clarified it that it's the adversaries that mark a stress, right?
Yes, not the person.
Yeah, it is not you who is casting the flames. It is the adversary. So you're not only doing damage, but you're also stressing them. And stress can be so important. Which I think a lot of people in Daggerheart, because it's such a new system, you really got to think, man, you got to stress out those adversaries because
it's a damage.
Yeah,
thing.
it limits to what your DM can do to you.
Right, and if you keep piling it on, they take damage anytime they go over it. It is a very strong resource.
And they get vulnerable too if they're stressed out. You get Magic Hand. You can draw a magical hand with the same size and strength as your own within far range. And you have Mysterious Mist. You make a spellcast roll 13 to cast a temporary thick fog that gathers in a stationary area within very close range. The fog heavily obscures this area and everything in it. Be a nice escape route.
It is. Yeah, because I haven't found a real, like, as far as using it in battle, I think it's a good escape.
Yeah.
Because if you use it in battle, you just kind of blind yourself, so to speak. But, I mean, I guess you can go in and out and, like, you risk. I mean, I could maybe see it, but.
You can maybe is more like a protective barrier if you know exactly how you could peek out and try to hit someone, but then hide in it.
Then just hope you roll with hope so you get a chance to go back in it.
Right.
Then they get Mending Touch, and you lay your hands upon a creature and channel healing magic into their wounds. When you take a few minutes to focus on the target you're helping, you can spend 2 hope to clear a hit point or stress on them. Once per long rest, when you spend this healing time learning something new about them or revealing something about yourself, you can clear 2 hit points or 2 stress on them instead.
That's pretty
big.
I
like how they clarify it as healing magic, not divine magic.
Yeah, I like that too. It doesn't have to be divine magic to heal.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Reassurance. Once per rest, after an ally attempts an action roll, but before the consequences, wow, that's another word for me, take place, you can offer assistance or words of support. When you do, your ally can reroll their dice. It's only once per rest, though.
Only once per
rest. To use a whole domain card for just one time. But man, that one time
could be really strong.
Could save somebody from dying. Yeah, it could be very strong. Definitely that's something you keep stored in your pocket and be like, oh, no, you will not die this time. Or they just reroll their dice and die anyways. That's the only thing. It's reassurance. It's not definite.
So since we picked the destruction.
Oh, we go on spells.
Yeah, I think I would go Bolt Beacon and Book of Ava.
Yeah, with the power push and ice spike and stuff. I like that. Those 2 are good.
Yeah, I think those would be my choices for the School of War.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, fam. That will wrap up the Wizard.
Seems like a really cool 2 subclasses. Very different from each other.
They're very different from each other. Mm-hmm. But I've noticed that quite a bit in this game period. I'm very curious to see what else Darrington Press comes up with. And I'm very curious to see what homebrewed stuff the community can come up with. To add more subclasses and stuff, I think will be really neat.
Yeah, just to see the game flourish and flower and everything that will be part of it. Be very exciting.
Yeah.
But if you do like the content, we are doing a lot of Daggerheart content. So please like, comment, and subscribe. It will go a long way to helping the channel. We also have now a Daggerheart actual play double features on Monday and Tuesdays night, 6 p.m. Well, 5 p.m. Eastern time on Monday. Tuesday, it's 6 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you catch some of that actual play too, because that's actually really fun to see.
The actual play is actually really fun.
Yeah, that's been my new like line.
Actually is.
Actually.
Catch you guys in the next video.
Peace.